Hello, Sanbonani, Dumelang Molweni. Welcome to Asathi Reviews. My name is Asathi Nzelu, and in this video I'll be doing a film review of the movie Beast. The executive producers are Bernard Bellew and Jaime Primac Sullivan. The director is Baltazar Komakur. The screenplay was by Ryan Engel. The cinematographer is Philippe Rousselot. The main characters are Idris Elba as Dr. Nate Samuels, Shalto Copley as Uncle Martin, Leah Jeffries as Nora, and Iana Haley as Meredith. I have decided to title the movie The Wrath of the Lions. Beast tells the story of an American family that had come to South Africa on a vacation and also to pay homage to the birthplace of a loved one. Dr. Nate Samuels and his two daughters, Meredith and Nora, land in Limpopo, South Africa, the land of their late mother, and are welcomed by an old family friend, Uncle Martin. Uncle Martin is the one that had hooked up Nate with the late mother of the two girls. As a doctor, Nate still beats himself up about the death of his wife, and it doesn't help that Meredith, the eldest daughter, also blames him as she feels that he had neglected them. As they settle into the house, Uncle Martin tells Nate that the reason he didn't come to the funeral is because he felt that Nate's late wife should have been buried in South Africa, the land of her forefathers, instead of New York. When they go to the zoo the following day, they see many interesting places, like the old school that is situated in the middle of rocks, and the lions that have been given isiXhosa names and have a bond with Uncle Martin. Uncle Martin realizes that the lioness is injured, and he suspects that it was injured by poachers as they tried to capture it. They then visit the neighboring village to try and find out what happened, but they are puzzled as they arrive to a completely silent village. As they wander around the different homesteads in the village to figure out the reason behind the complete silence and the injury of the lioness, they find numerous dead bodies with flies hovering over them. Nora, the youngest daughter, also goes missing for a few minutes, which alarms them even more, but her scream when she bumps into the dead bodies helps them to find him. Martin goes out to search for the animal that could have caused all this damage, and Nate is left trying to assist an injured village man. The lion resurfaces out of nowhere, but fortunately, Nate manages to outrun the lion to the car, and in panic, Meredith drives the car into a tree near a cliff, making it extremely difficult to reverse and drive away. The lion also gets to Uncle Martin, but fortunately, it only injures him. He tries to call Nate for help, and as Nate and his daughters try to locate him, the lion resurfaces again and tries to devour Nate, with him being lucky and surviving as he is only a few inches away from its mouth. Meredith audaciously goes to seek his uncle and he finds him. Nora also buys them a little time as she manages to stab the lion with a tranquilizer. As everyone is safely back in the car, Nate tries to treat Martin's wound and they manage to fall asleep in the car, even though the lion might come back and attack at any given time. Martin wonders why the lions are all of a sudden so vicious, violently killing humans without eating them. He suspects that they might be avenging themselves for all the torture they had been subjected to at the hands of the poachers. In the middle of the night, the poachers arrive, but they refuse to help Nate and his family when they realize that he is with Martin, the person who had been killing their fellow poachers. The lion pops out of nowhere and attacks them, but fortunately it gets to the poachers first. Nate tries to steal one of the cars that the poachers arrived with, and when he realizes that the key is not inside, he tells the kids to stay inside of their van as he goes to look for the key from the poachers. The lion comes in Nate's direction as he is busy pickpocketing the dead poachers looking for the keys. He saves himself by climbing on top of the tree and throwing the snake that had been nearing him on top of the lion, making it run away. He eventually finds the keys, but when he returns to the kids, he finds Meredith injured by the lion and Uncle Martin having blown himself up at the bottom of the cliff to kill one of the lions and save the kids. Nate drives off with the kids and they stop at the school that is surrounded by rocks to try and find any water and medical supplies. They discover that the school had turned into a place where the poachers keep the skins of the animals that they had poached. The lion walks into the house as Nate is out looking for water, but he immediately comes to their rescue as he hears their screams of terror. Nate then moves the girls to the other side of the house and decides to face the lion head on. He goes toe to toe with the lion, and fortunately, the lions with the isiXhosa names come to his rescue just as it almost finishes him off. Finally, Uncle Martin's assistant arrives and he takes them to the hospital. When Nate is discharged, they go back to the zoo to put Meredith's photography skills to use. I highly commend the filmmakers for the incorporation of the Chivenda language, and I recommend this movie to everyone. It is thoroughly entertaining. It also shows us, as human beings in general, that we should stay out of the animals' territory. We should leave animals to stay in peace in their natural habitats, because a war with an animal that is angry and seeks vengeance is not something you are destined to win, ever. Thank you so much for watching this film review. My name is Asathi, and please do like, subscribe and comment down below under the hashtag Asathi Reviews.